Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Brenna. I own Brenna M Co. Today we are setting up for Chaska River City Days. I'm super excited about this event. I'm also very nervous because it is my first time ever doing it. But I wanted to start branching out into the Twin Cities more because I've already branched out into North Dakota, and so I figured I might as well branch out into Minnesota as well. We just got here. We actually have to haul all of our stuff to our booth because we're not allowed to bring the trailer in. And I actually forgot the trailer keys. I have a lock on my trailer. You didn't know because you never know if people are just going to try and get in there. And right when we got here, I realized that I forgot the keys to that lock. But thankfully, one of the city guys is here and he actually has a bolt cutter and he will be here soon to cut that for us. So we'll just have to go and buy a new one tonight. Try not to stress over that or get upset with myself about that because I am human. I make mistakes and I do forget things. And it's just kind of what you do afterwards that really counts. Also, I have my mom here with me. She's starting to haul some stuff to the booth for us. The event does start tonight. It goes from 4 to 8 and it's currently 11:30. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go get set up and then get the event started. Hi guys, so we finished setting up about an hour ago and then we ran to the hotel to check in and kind of just cool off a bit because I was desperately overheating. My mom was too, and we were just drenched in sweat, felt absolutely disgusting. But it is now 4 o'clock and we are just starting the day. This event cost me $300 for a double booth and it goes today from 4 to 8, tomorrow 10 to 8, and then Sunday 8 to 12, but it technically goes till 4 Sunday, but you can start packing up and stuff like that at 12. But I'm gonna show you guys the booth really quick. Okay, not a lot has changed. We still have everything kind of where it typically is, but this is what it looks like. And these are all of the makeup bags that I have made. So yeah, that's the booth. It looks the same as usual, and my hope for today is that we at least make the booth money back. I do have a goal set for the weekend, but I'll tell you guys like my transaction goal. My transaction goal is 100 total transactions. I will update you guys whenever I can. We are officially 2 hours into the market and I just made my first sale. It has been a very, very slow day, but at least we are on our way to making the booth fee back. Fridays are always slow, so I'm not expecting a ton, but you always hope to make like your booth feedback in the first day. But that is the update for now. Hopefully I have more news soon and that it's not just dead the rest of the night. Hi guys, good morning. Happy Saturday and happy day 2 of the market. So yesterday I obviously didn't film very much because there was not a lot going on, and to be honest, it was probably one of the worst market days I have probably ever had in Brenna M Co history, and that's not just exaggerating. Yesterday was a very rough day, and honestly, like, I could not wait to get back to the hotel and just lay down and do absolutely nothing. Yesterday, we had a total of 5 transactions, and I typically don't say the exact sales amount we have in a day, but yesterday we only had $127 in sales. That is like a little less than half of our booth fee, which is pretty sad in my opinion. I also just want to have a disclaimer for you guys right now. Like, whenever I talk about a craft fair, it is in my own opinion, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, I'm hoping that today goes a lot better and that we make our booth fee and our hotel fee back at the very least. It's already getting very hot outside. It's already 80 degrees and I am not ready for it to get up to 88 today. But with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. The market is starting in about 10 minutes and hopefully I have more updates for you guys today about how it's going. Okay, we are 13 minutes into the day and we already made our first sale, and it was for the charcoal I'm just here to have fun tea. Hopefully this is a sign of what today's gonna look like. Hi guys, it has been a few days since Chaska. I decided to take this time to really get my thoughts in order and to possibly not have this sound very mean or come off in a way that I don't really want it to, but I also want it to be educational. I hope you understand kind of like what I'm trying to say. So let's just get into the market recap. Obviously you saw that I didn't really talk a whole lot on Saturday or Friday, but Saturday night I ended up packing up early. Now I never do this. I hate packing up early and I think it just looks badly on you as a business owner, kind of like giving up, whatever. But let me just say that I was not the only one that packed up at the end of Saturday and left. There was someone who came from St. Louis, Missouri for this show because they've heard nothing but great things about it. They packed up and left. Another business that I thought was actually doing like decently well packed up and left. And what's a little bit disheartening is when the event organizer comes around. Now, this did not happen to me exactly. I heard this from another vendor, but the event organizer came around and the guy was like, yeah, it's very slow, whatever. And she was like, I would understand if you packed up early. Like, what? Why are you saying that? Like, I'm glad that you understand that it is not a great show or it has not been a great show, but that's just weird to me for an event organizer to say that to a vendor. But Saturday it got done. I packed up everything. We went back to the hotel, stayed at the hotel that night, got up the next morning, and then drove home because I wasn't about to drive home at like 8 p.m. that night. I had the hotel. It was paid for. Might as well, you know, stay at it. There was a lot of people there, but they didn't come over to the goods side, I guess you could say. They stayed more towards the food. And so that kind of sucked that we were kind of in 2 different parts because people mainly stayed over by the food and like the live music and all that, and no one really came over to us. What I also think hurt the vendor side, like the goods side, is that there wasn't a ton of vendors. Now, I feel like if you want to have a great show or a great event, especially a 3-day one, you want to have a variety of different vendors and you want to have as many as you can possibly fit in that area. And obviously, like, I'm not the event organizer, so I don't know this exactly, but I feel like you could at least bring in like 10 more vendors, maybe 15 if you really squeeze them in and only have like single booths. I don't know. that is obviously just my opinion. All of this is my opinion, so please take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, overall, I thought it was absolutely bad. It was probably the worst show I've ever had, especially worse than the one in the spring, which is saying something. Also didn't help that the weather was not great and that it was 90 degrees all weekend long. And my products, it takes a lot of work to put it up and to organize it. And so to me, this event was just not worth it, and I will not be coming back. But for the analytics, let's get into that. So I typically don't specifically share what I made during a craft fair, but I feel like you guys need to know this one because then you'll understand kind of where I'm coming from a little bit more. So my booth fee was, I believe, like $300, and then my hotel fee was about $300 as well. And we did make those two expenses back, but not much more. So in total, we made $634.58. So obviously that covered hotel and our booth fee, and then maybe one of our meals, and we had a total of 22 transactions. And our top 3 bestsellers were, in number 3, the Always Tired embroidered crew neck, and number 2 was the Overthinker t-shirt, and coming in number 1 was the Charcoal Here to Have Fun tee. So those were the analytics for the weekend, and I am just going to put this one in the past, and we're gonna keep moving forward. On the bright side, I don't have a lot of prep to do for Bismarck, so I guess you could say that is a perk of not doing well this past weekend. But I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe to my channel to get more realistic market days like this one. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!